Snape killed Dumbledore. And that's something that we all know. But the emotion that is put in the final part of this whole audiobook is what culminates into going, that is why every single one of these voice actors was hired for the role that they were put on. I'm going to go through 10 of my favorite things, or just 10 talking points, really. But first off, there's so much emotion in the final scenes. It's amazing. This is why I was excited for the audiobooks. It's like, I like how Jim Dale reads it. I like how Stephen Fry reads it. But, you know, the emotion between characters interacting with each other, having these characters that we've been listening to for 6 months now, like for half a year, we have been listening to these characters, and well, for most of them, but still, we've been listening through the story together. Those of you who have been watching since video 1, but we've been listening through this story together, and we're getting to the point, we're almost to the end. Next month is the last one more month, and we are done with this series, which is kind of sad. I've been enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. But there's so much emotion in these final scenes of the book, and fantastic. You know, I'm going to go through some of my favorite scenes like I always do. Dumbledore, played by Hugh Laurie. Yeah, we get why he was cast. I mean, Hugh Laurie is a talent in and among himself. Let's be honest about this. Hugh Laurie did 10 seasons of House. We know his emotional range is far larger than a teaspoon, but just the scene when they were in the island in the middle of the lake in the cave and he's yelling, "Kill me!" And oh, it's just like you can hear the pain in his voice, and that's what's so good about these full cast audiobooks. It's like Jim Dale, he did a great job. Jim Dale's my personal one. Stephen Fry did a good job too, but I'm going to reference Jim Dale. So if you like Stephen Fry, I'm sorry. I'm going to reference Jim Dale. But when Jim Dale does it, you can feel the emotion, but it's him having to act upon himself. But having Jackson and Hugh play against each other with this scene of Dumbledore yelling, "Kill me," and then Harry going, "Just drink one more, this'll be it. This'll be the one." And just the pain in both of their voices is just fantastic. And it just keeps going from there. It's not, that scene wasn't it. That was just the appetizer. Hey, look, here's the appetizer for the table. Then we get to the lightning struck tower. And you get Malfoy, who you can hear the fear in his voice, like pleading, basically, like, if I don't do this, he will kill me. And there's just so much fear behind him. And it's just, I literally just finished listening to this. And so I'm reacting to it very raw. And just Malfoy's fear and pleading with Dumbledore. He's like, I have to do this. If I don't, he will kill me and my family. And it's just, oh, wow. And then we get Snape and Harry fighting each other, and just Harry calling him a coward and Snape retorting back. And just, you know, you can hear the pain in Riz Ahmed's voice as Snape. And I know, some of you guys just really do not like Riz Ahmed as Snape. And at this point, if you still do not like Riz Ahmed's performance as Snape, then clearly you're never going to like it. Just return all your full cast audiobooks and get your credits back, spend it on a different book series, because this is why Riz Ahmed is Snape. He played the boring professor. Oh, I'm so bored. Potter, you suck. I hate you. I'm bored with this. I don't want to be here. And then you get to this book, and it's just the emotion in Snape's voice, just the anger. And of course, Harry thinks this man is just angry with him and just angry that he's finally allowed to get his anger out. But when in actuality, why he's angry is because he just had to kill his mentor, his friend, his confidant, his protector, the only person who knew his true secret. But That's just the hard, heavy stuff that I'm just getting. I just got through all that. Like, I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. I'm listening to it. I just finished it, and now I'm going over it. But it's heavy, so very heavy. But before we go further into some of the other things that I liked about this story that aren't as heavy, I wanted to get the heavy stuff out of the way. Let's talk about the fun stuff afterwards. But if you still are just kind of pumped and like, I want more Half-Blood Prince, guess what? I did my Lightning Struck Pages episode. I dropped another episode of it just yesterday. Today, as the day the book came out, I dropped a Lightning Struck Pages. And it just happens, I filmed this a month ago, right after Order of the Phoenix. But I filmed this is the first time that I was actually able to get it out. I had an opening in the schedule, I put it in there. It's Half-Blood Prince, page 10. Go and check it out. If you want a little bit more Half-Blood Prince conversation, go and check it out. Because I talk about how I feel about Half-Blood Prince. And by far, I'm going to be honest, I think this is still my favorite book. I know some of you guys are like, I'm not a really huge fan of Half-Blood Prince. Half-Blood Prince is still top of the list, especially with this. And we'll go through my favorite of the audiobooks. I'm listening through them, just taking my time, just enjoying them, eating them slowly. Because of course, with these reviews, I am just chugging through, but I'm taking days to read the books now. But check out that Lightning Struck Pages episode. It's good. If you like listening to me talk about Harry Potter, that is exactly what that is. It's 100% just me talking about Harry Potter. But let's get back to some of the things I liked in this series. Slughorn's Christmas Party. The Slug Clubs in general are really good, but Slughorn's Christmas Party was really cool because it felt like you were actually like in the party. Honestly, I think the sound in this book is by far the best that we've had so far. And when you were in the party, it felt like you were in a party. When you were just any time that you were somewhere, you felt like you were actually in that room. There were very little sound issues. I don't think there were any sound issues at all that I noticed. And if you notice them, let me know. But for the most part, compared to the past 5 books, I really don't have any like balancing issues. There weren't like weird, like, hey, everything's in this headphone for some reason, and I'm not really hearing anything over here. Like, the balance was good. It wasn't, the sound, the Foley sound was not overpowering the narrator or the voice actors. It just seemed really well balanced. I feel like they've finally learned from the first 5 books and have been able to tweak it just enough for release and not have to tweak it after when people go, hey, that sounded weird, and I feel like that wasn't supposed to sound like that. So kudos to them for, fixing all that. That's a great start. And listening back through the other books, they have fixed retroactively all of the sound issues, at least in my opinion, that there were. Like, when the first book came out, there were a lot of weird balancing issues, and there still are different weird sound issues, like filters left on that should have not been on the certain voice. But in this, no issues. I think everything sounded the way it was supposed to. Now, talking about Slughorn's party and everything I liked about that, let's talk about Slughorn. Bill Nighy blows me away. Because number one, I would have never been able to tell you that the actor who played Rufus Scrimgeour in the Harry Potter movies was the same guy who played Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And honestly, if I didn't know Bill Nighy was playing Slughorn, I would have not have guessed that that was Bill Nighy. Because of course, most of his roles are him with a deep voice. In this, he had more of the high-pitched voice that Slughorn's supposed to have. And after hearing him voice Slughorn, I'm actually interested in, if he still wants to play Slughorn in the live-action TV series, and we do get that far, fingers crossed. I'm excited to see how he portrays Slughorn in person. I thought he was great. There were points where you could tell that that was Bill Nighy if you knew what you were listening to, but for the most part, no notes. Now, let's talk about Luna and why she is just... The portrayal of this Luna is so different than how, Ivana Lynch played Luna, how Jim Dale voiced Luna. I think the fact that Luna is basically just the kooky Hermione is fantastic. Is like, she's just the fast talking, smart kid, but instead of being like Hermione, who's like super book smart, she's like, hey, you ever see Bigfoot? I think Bigfoot is probably my favorite cryptid. Did you know Rufus Scrimgeour? Yeah, he's a vampire. Super cool, right? Like, she just is so funny. In the scene where she's announcing the Quidditch game, fantastic. I thought it was clever. I thought it was probably my favorite version of her announcing Quidditch. But what I really also liked about Luna was when Harry asks her to Slughorn's party, and just her and Slughorn's party all together. But just the fact that she's like, I would love to go as friends. Like, the emphasis that the voice actress put on as friends. It was just kind of like, okay, she clearly doesn't want to be with Harry, which is great. And Harry's like, whew, thank goodness. But I think part of the as friends is because her relationship with Ginny is part of that. Like, she knows Ginny loves Harry. So it's probably one of those things that she's like, yes, I will go to the dance with you as your friend and nothing else. Because I don't want to, bros before hoes. So sorry, Harry, you're the hoe and Ginny's my bro. And I'm not gonna date you because Ginny wants you. She's got dibs. Now, let's talk about the pensive scenes. Those were great. Sometimes I'd forget that Harry and Dumbledore were there because they'd be watching the scenes and I'd be listening to it and I'm like, this is good. And all of a sudden Dumbledore goes, it's time to go, Harry. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is part of the book. I was just in it and I'm like, I'm invested. It's time to go, Harry. Oh, we're done? I knew what was happening. I've read this so many times, but I just got into it. Now, one thing that makes this series far and above better than Stephen Fry and Jim Dale, and you can persecute me all you want, is the music. I want full tracks of Celestina Warbeck. I want the Mer People song from Goblet of Fire, but I also want the Mer People song from this. Like, it was kind of in the background and you didn't get to hear the words, but it was super cool. And I want a track of just the Mer People song. And the Phoenix song, it was calm, but it's just like, are we getting an album with all this music? We also had like a song from the Weird Sisters that played in Goblet of Fire. So I really would love an album where they just release these songs in full, even if they have to make up the lyrics for it. I want it. And you can put like the 5 songs that they've added into the books as just like background music, because they do reuse a lot of it and they add a little bit more instrumental depending on what part they're in. But I want it. I want an album of the full cast audio soundtrack. But really, that's it. I thought it was great. I mean, if you like Half-Blood Prince, that's what you get. You get Half-Blood Prince. And it was just so good. It is still my favorite. And being able to experience it again as if it were a new thing is what makes these audiobooks so special. And hopefully, because I think the goal of the full cast audiobooks is to get people who don't just want to listen to audiobooks. And I'm like, I get it. There are some books that I'm like, I'd like to listen to this audiobook, but I don't want to listen to a 60-year-old man read a book in the most monotone, boring voice. And I understand Jim Dale and Stephen Fry are neither 60 or monotone, boring voices, but some people see it as that way. But with the full cast audiobooks, it allows people to, expand their imagination as they're listening, because, you have the sound effects around you. And that's what's so good about this. And I know there are some people who are listening/reading the books for the first time through this series. And that's what's so great about this. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm sorry. It's okay. Luckily, you can read the books, you can watch the movies, you can listen to Jim Dale, you can listen to Stephen Fry. But for the people who are experiencing this series for the first time through this, welcome. I hope you're enjoying it. We have 1 month left and it's going to be good. Deathly Hallows, I think, is going to be good. It's going to be long, but it'll still be fun. We're over the peak of Order of the Phoenix, which is so long and there's so much in it. Half-Blood Prince redeems everything wrong with Order of the Phoenix. But that's it. That's all I got. If you got this far and enjoy me talking about Harry Potter, make sure to like and subscribe and check out the Lightning Struck Pages video that I posted yesterday, because this will be posting tomorrow as of today of filming. So make sure to check that out. Like, subscribe, hit that bell so you can be notified when I post more stuff, because anytime we get Harry Potter news, I'm going to be posting it. I've got memberships, check those out if you want to support me monetarily. If not, liking and subscribing is a perfect way to support me. I also have merch if you feel like you want something physical out of your monetary gift. That's it. Check all that out, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay marvelous, and Nox.